take a moment right now to become very, very quiet. Not just quiet over here, but quiet over here. Just take a second to actually ground yourself in this moment, and just for now, letting go of any intention you have, any goal you're thinking of, any mental chatter that is just on loop. Higher consciousness is not something that has to be achieved. It's not something that has to be attained. It's not something that has to be worked towards. It's something that's already here. It's what you already are. You don't have to expand your awareness or expand your consciousness to achieve a higher state of consciousness. It is already here. It is already present. What's needed to recognize it and to abide in it is for you to let go of the limiting idea that you have of yourself and the doubt that you have in higher consciousness. All the limiting ideas you carry about yourself, the identity that you have self-created, that you have been conditioned with as well. It is all those ideas that you have to rest aside just for this moment, right? You can pick them up in a little while, but just for this moment, those are ideas you have to set aside. And just be completely empty of all ideas, all concepts, all desires, all resistances, all preferences, all thoughts of what life is, or who this person is, who my family is, what my money situation is like. Resting all those thoughts to the side just for a few moments and just being here now with what remains, as what remains. Because if you even put aside your own concepts and ideas of who you believe yourself to be, right? Even your name you forget, and you just become empty of even your name, of even your feeling of your body. What remains, right? Because you don't disappear. When all of those things are set aside and let go of for this moment, you don't go anywhere. So what is it that remains when even no thought appears in your head? When no idea or sensation is given attention to, is disengaged from? When there is absolutely nothing that is objective to observe left, what still remains? That is doing the looking. That is being the one that is aware of there not being anything left. What remains when your idea of who you believe yourself to be is no more? Can you spend more time as that? Can you abide in that space? Can you teach yourself to be more interested in that? Can you be more interested in what is it that is doing the observing or looking or perceiving than that which is perceived? Your entire life you've been aware of something always. You've been giving attention to something always, but you have never really cared to question who is it that is doing the looking? Who is it that is doing the attention, doing the observing. You just take it for granted, this me, right? And this me is usually just referred to as this mind and body. But are the mind and body themselves not observed to come and go in your awareness, which is constant? There's this constant sense of me always being me. The same sense of me you feel right now is the same sense of me you felt when you were 5 years old, when you were 10 years old. But the body that you experience today, that you are aware of, is very different than when you were 5. Yet it's still the same me feeling through which you are living. It is still the same me feeling through which you are either experiencing happiness or sadness. It doesn't matter what you're experiencing, right? It doesn't matter what the object of your experience is. The subject of your experience is always, always, always the same. If you don't care to question this throughout your entire life, you just take the subject of your experience to be this body and this mind. But even the body and the mind are objects of your experience to which you are the subject. So what is this you that never changes, that is always here? Is that not always here? Can your body and mind exist without your observing of them? Can your thoughts exist without you being there to perceive them? Can this world appear without you being able to observe and confirm that there is a world that is here? So who is that? What is that you that you so easily take for granted, yet it is the only thing that is constant in your experience? Can you teach yourself to be more interested in that? Can you take more interest in learning more about that and exploring more into that, rather than being so obsessed with, I want this, I'm not here yet, I want to be there, I don't have this yet, I don't like this, I want that. Instead of feeding the ideas that continue to keep you in that lower state of consciousness, can you learn to put that aside for a little while longer, more and more each day, to recognize that you already are that higher consciousness that you are seeking to do so much for? To do all of these practices, to read all of these books for. You are already that, but can you set all this stuff aside to help yourself recognize that that is already where you are perceiving from? There is only one consciousness. There's nothing higher or lower. But the more limiting ideas you impose on this consciousness, the more it seems to appear that you are of a lower state of consciousness with the corresponding lower consciousness world. But you don't have to do anything to become higher consciousness. You already are consciousness. All you have to do is let go of the limiting ideas that you so strongly subscribe to. All you need to do is become quiet. It is a not doing of anything. In this quietude, recognize what remains, always constant, ever present, upon which all other experience is constructed, on which experience relies to exist, without which experience cannot exist. That is you. Practice this, okay? If you want to truly shift to higher consciousness and create a life of peace, joy, and freedom, I am teaching this exact process in my accelerated reality program right now. So you can make sure to apply to that if this interests you, if this resonates with you. Link is down below. Also, you can watch my higher consciousness masterclass. The link is also down below. Practice, practice, practice. You are already that. You just need a little guidance to recognize that. Have a good day.